Let's take a look at importing data from TXT files, text files. You can simply go into File and do an Open and browse, assuming your file you're looking for isn't already there. And then choose your text file. Now sometimes you have to change the option down here. It might probably be set to all Excel files like this, and you can't see it. You can change this to all files, or you could actually specifically change it to text files. I'll change it to all files. If I click the text file and click open or double click it, it'll come up here in our import wizard. Now, delimited is where you have perhaps the column separated by commas or spaces, tabs, something. The CSV file is an example of that, comma separated values. Now, the fixed width is where the particular column starts at this location and then ends in this location. For example, the data, I should say. Data might start in column 1, end in column 10. The next one would be column 11 to maybe column 30, so forth. I can obviously look at this and see that my example file here does not follow a fixed width. So I want to choose delimited. You can do some different options. You can tell it to start importing in different rows. If your data has headers, then you can specify that. And for this particular one here, I'm going to say my data has headers. Now click next. The headers I was talking about is the topic, skill, and details. You can specify the actual delimiter. The delimiter is what separates the different columns. By default, it's a tab. Now you can choose comma if it's a CSV over here. Here's an option, treat consecutive delimiters as one. Text qualifier. Oftentimes when you have data being exported, it'll put double quotes around your strings or your text fields. Sometimes it doesn't. You can come here and you choose maybe a single quote or none. If I click next, then you can specify more information about each column. This right here is text, so I don't need to worry about it. It says general, and by default, general will look at the data and figure out what it should be. If you want to specifically say text, you can choose text here, and you see it changes the text in the header there. And click this one, I can change it to text, this one, change this one to text. Sometimes when you import numbers, Excel gets a little bit confused, and it assumes they're text when really you want them to be numbers, or perhaps vice versa. So now if I click finish, I'll see my data comes in, and you may look at it and see, well, it doesn't look like it worked. It doesn't look like it separated them in columns. But if I come up here, put my mouse between the A and B, so it becomes a vertical line with arrows on both sides. If I double click it, same thing here. You're going to see that it brings those in individual columns. Now that's one way. Let me do a close on this. And you have to have a workbook open, which I do. The other way is you can go to the data tab. So probably sitting at home right here, you just click the data tab. And then under the get a transform data section, we want to choose from text CSV. And you can change it to whatever directory, folder it's at. And then again, click on that and click import. Now this is a little bit different here. It goes ahead and splits these up. Doesn't have as much control, at least on this part, as the other option. Now there is a a way to have more flexibility in this. But just the default, if you're trying to have something that comes in with limited data and you want to specify the type, then you want to use that first option. Now, if you just want to put it into a table, you can come here. Now, if I do the drop down here, I can choose load to, and you have other options besides tables. I'm just going to show the table for this video. But if I click the load, it'll bring it into a table. And that's how you can import data from a text file.